I bought these Dorado boots with a bid of $10 over at shopgoodwill.com, but when they arrived, they had mold on the outside and on the inside. Blech. So today I'm going to show you how I cleaned them up, brought them back to life, and what you should look for in a pair of slightly used cowboy boots. Let's get into it.
I'm just here to connect ya, and then I'll be on my way.
Hey everybody, my name is Jeremiah Craig. Welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time here, please hit that subscribe button and always like and comment down below. I love seeing your guys' thoughts about the boots that I cover here on this channel. Shopping for used cowboy boots at shopgoodwill.com, eBay, or at your local thrift store is a great way to start getting into cowboy boots if you're new to the space. Even if you just have a budget of $30, you can find some high quality boots that will last you decades, if you know what you're looking for. And sometimes boots might look like they're in worse shape than what they actually are, just like these Dorado boots that I found at shopgoodwill.com, and I won them with a bid of $10. When these arrived, I found that there was some mold on the toes of this boot and on the inside along the insole. Now, I wasn't able to see those in the pictures because shopgoodwill.com is horrible at posting good pictures on their website. But I knew there was a good boot here, it just needed some love and elbow grease. So I got to work and created a 50-50 solution of rubbing alcohol and water. I used a rag and a brush along the outside of the toe to kill the mold, and a rag on the inside of the boot to kill the mold at the insole as well. Once it dried a little bit, I cleaned them up with some saddle soap. Then I conditioned the leather with some Bic 4 because saddle soap can dry out the leather, and so can rubbing alcohol. And then to try to remove some of the scuffs at the toe, I used some Saphir Renovator, but it only did so much because those scuffs did go kind of deep, and there's also some gouges as well. Then I moved on to the next step, which was some boot cream, which is going to shine these up quite nice. And then finally, I finished it all off with some edge dressing along the heel and the outside of the sole. And then finally buffed it up as its last step, and it looks awesome. I love how these turned out. Seriously amazing after being in somebody's basement and moldy on the outside and on the inside. With shipping and everything, it came in just under $30. So for a $30 budget, this is a practically new boot now, and these boots are going for almost $300 new. So a really cool find at a great price, and I'm really happy with how they turned out after cleaning and conditioning them. I want to break down the details of this boot now with the rundown. All right, this is Dorado boot model number 9302, and after doing a few searches online, this is a calfskin, so it's very supple and soft. It's gonna be a joy to wear. As for the color, some places have this listed as a caramel, and it also might be a cognac or a tan or just brown. This also features a medium round toe, also known as an R toe, and it's a beautiful toe shape that's just classic, one of my favorites right here. This boot comes in at 13 inches tall. It also has a 1.5 inch stacked leather heel. For an outsole, we have a leather outsole, and this appears to be the original leather outsole because you can see the lemonwood pegs alongside that shank there. Cowboy boots are made with a Goodyear welt construction, which means that they can be repaired and resoled if a sole happens to get a hole through it. When cobblers repair and resole cowboy boots, a lot of them won't use lemonwood pegs in here. A lot of cobblers will also use a half sole method to repair the outsole because usually holes only happen up here, so they only cut off about half of it, take it off, and then repair it. So you'll be able to see a half sole slit in a lot of boots, and I would recommend that you steer clear of those because you don't know how many times they've been resoled. Keep an eye out for boots that look like they have an original outsole with those lemonwood pegs in here because your investment will go much further and you'll enjoy the boots much more. On the inside, it's a leather lining, really soft, gotta love to see it. And for an insole, we have a traditional hard leather insole, which is looking much better after we killed all of the mold. Traditional hard leather insoles are a hard surface, as it kind of sounds like it is, but it will take the shape and form of your foot over the weeks and months and years that you wear this boot, and will continue to get more and more and more comfortable. These Dorado boots were made in the USA. Dorado is now having their boots made in Mexico, but I haven't tried the modern made boots yet, so we'll have to see about that at some point in the future. now it's time to try on these boots and see what they're like and how they look. All right, I got on those Dorado 9302 boots on right now. That calfskin is super supple. They're looking great. Love the color as well. And for $30, I think this was an awesome score. Just under $30 with shipping. Yes, I won with a $10 bid, but then you got shipping and handling costs, all these extra fees. So it came in just under $30 and totally worth it if you guys are on a budget. Yes, it takes a few hours to get these back into a shape like this. But like I said, if you're on a budget, it's worth it, right? There's something else that you guys should know about traditionally made cowboy boots coming from the secondhand marketplace. The hard leather insoles will often have the shape of the previous owner's foot, right? So you can kind of feel where their toes landed and stuff. I mentioned that that's one of the advantages of a hard leather insole, and it will reshape to my foot as I continue to wear this boot over the years and months. So it's not that bad. It might be kind of awkward when you first step into it, right? But just keep wearing them, you know, every single day over a month, and that leather will start to take the shape of your foot instead. And once it does, there will seriously be no other feeling like it. You'll want to wear them every day because your imprint is in there. All right, here's the POV. You gotta love that R-toe. It's a great look. Medium round, just classic. Looks great. Gotta love the color and everything. That heel is looking great too. Wow, what a score. All right, now I'm gonna take these out and about and finish off this video with some extra tips about buying slightly used boots, whether it's online or at your local thrift store. It's pretty windy out, so I hope this comes through okay. But there's a couple of things that I want you guys to remember when buying used boots. If it's online through Shop Goodwill or eBay or even Facebook Marketplace, sometimes when they ship boots to you, they'll find the smallest box possible and cram the boots in there, folding them over themselves, and they come out looking awful. Just so you guys know, you can stuff newspapers in there, bottles, whatever you need to after conditioning them so that they help regain their shape. For these Dorados, I put in plastic shoe trees and plastic top shapers so that they help to get that shape back after being folded up in a box. Another thing to remember is you'll have to break the boots in. Even though they're already broken in a little bit, they're broken into somebody else's foot, which is gonna be kind of a weird feeling. Different than trying new boots, right? So sometimes it might be more difficult to break in a pair of used boots than it is to break in a pair of new boots. But just give it some time and they'll break in over a couple of weeks. Buying used cowboy boots when you know what you're looking for is so worth it, guys. I highly recommend it. After you clean up and condition those boots, you will love them maybe even more than if you bought some brand new cowboy boots. So definitely consider it. I want to know your guys' most recent find down in the comments. Thank you so much for watching today. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you next time.
From mold to bold, those boots came back because they're not that old. So keep a lookout for those slightly used cowboy boots. Thank you so much for watching today. Why don't you check out another used cowboy boots video up here? Or I got a music video down here you might enjoy. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you next time. Peace. Have a good one.